Good evening to all of you, dear aspirants. It's 7:30. Let us begin our evening session. Today is a Thursday, and on Thursday we take up economy. So, some important, most expected questions in form of MCQ. As far as the NCERT books are concerned, we have already done with Indian economic development economy book of class 11th. So today, most of the questions I'd like to bring before you from NCERT, and then after we will discuss some current affairs related questions if time will permit. So, dear aspirants, please concentrate. Which of the following economists estimated per capita income during colonial period? So the options: A, William Digby, Digby; B, Findlay Siras, Shirras; C, Dadabhai Noroji; and D, all of these. So what should be the answer to this MCQ? The economists estimating per capita income during colonial period. Ritik Sharma is answering C, that is Dadabhai Noroji, but the answer to this MCQ is D, all of these. So it's most interesting. That's why I am bringing before you, dear aspirants, William Digby, Findlay Siras, and Dadabhai Noroji, all these three economists, they estimated per capita income during the colonial period. So our answer should be D. Okay. Jaydev Roy is also present. So Ritik Sharma, Jaydev Roy, both of you, good evening. Very nice to see. Now, Tata Airlines established in the year. Do you know the year in which Tata Airlines was established? A 1932, B 1931, C 1930, and D 1953. Present has Sir have he Suraj Kumar. Yes, wonderful. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Jaydev Roy. Nice to see you. So now in 1932, Tata Airlines was established. And why do I prefer this question? Because Somuja is telling 1930, but 1930, yes, no. The answer is 1932. Yes, 1932. That is the correct answer. And this question has become important due to the fact that this year's Air India has been. Okay, so Mujha is telling sorry. No, 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 nothing like sorry. What was the condition of foreign trade under British rule? So this question is very, very important, and we have options: A, net exporter of raw materials; B, net importer of finished goods reproduced by British India; C, all of these; and D, surplus on account of foreign trade was spent on war expenses. My answer is 1932. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, Somujaji. Suraj Kumar is telling C, and C is the correct answer. Wonderful. Thumbs up for Suraj Kumar. Okay, so you have answered it. Very nice. All of these: net exporter of raw material and net importer of finished goods reproduced by British India. And this is the answer. This is the answer. Cotton textile mills were mainly located in A, South; B, North; C, West; and D, East. So what should be the answer? Cotton textile mills were mainly located in Western India. So C should be the answer. Western India. Yes, C should be the answer. Now, Guddan Kumar is telling good evening. And Suraj Kumar, yes, very good. So Jaydev Roy, yes, your answer is also correct. Wonderful, great. Now, Cotton textile mills were dominated by A. Western India. So Muja is also answering. Uh, B. Britishers. C. Foreigners. D. Indians. And A. Britishers. B. Foreigners. C. Indians. And D. None. So cotton textile mills were dominated by whom? This is the okay. This is the question MCQ, and you have to answer it. Jayadeva is telling A. Suraj Kumar is A. Britishers, but cotton textile mills were dominated by Indians. Yes, C is the correct answer. Ritik Sharma. Yes, wonderful. By Indians, if you will go through uh, the chapter, you will find that the answer is I think Indians. Now, industrial sector creates infrastructure which helps in growth of. Industrial sector creates infrastructure which helps in growth of A. Primary sector, B. Tertiary sector, C. Secondary sector, and D. All of these. So, what should be the answer to this MCQ, dear aspirants? Are you able to answer? D. Ritik Sharma. D. Jaydev Roy. D. Somuja is C. D is the correct answer. Okay. D is the correct answer. Suraj Kumar is writing D. Guddan Kumar is writing D. Wonderful. Great. Dear aspirants, your answer is correct. Okay. All of these. Which of the following is false regarding positive effect of British rule? Was Parasuram Kumar is telling good evening. Well, so which of the following is false regarding positive effect of British rule? Was A. Provision of post and telegraph services, B. Monopoly of foreign trade, C. Development of ports, and D. Provide transport facilities. So, what should be the answer to this MCQ? Okay, so false, you have to find out the incorrect statement or false statement regarding positive effect of British rule. Parasuram is telling yes, Jaydev Roy. B is the correct answer. Monopoly of foreign trade. This is this was not the a correct I should say a correct answer. So please, I should say, okay. So Ritik Sharma is also answering B. So this is the correct answer. Now, dear aspirants, please concentrate on next question. And here it is: the financial sector in India is primarily controlled by the Reserve Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Which of the following institutions are a part of financial sector? So it's a very possible. Please, online class is going on. Please, I'm sorry. I will reply after 7:30. Online class. I mean online class. Please. Okay, so somebody was disturbing. So yes, the financial sector in India is primarily controlled by Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so you have answered correctly. The previous one, B, has been answered. Ritik Sharma correct, Guddan Kumar correct. Okay, and Jaydev Roy correct. Very good. Now please concentrate on this very question. The financial sector in India is primarily controlled by Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Which of the following institutions are a part of financial sector? Number one, commercial banks. Number two, money lenders. Number three, investment banks. Number four, stock exchange operations. Number five, insurance. Number six, foreign exchange market. So, what should be the answer? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. B 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, this question is clumsy, but I will answer on your part. So, the answer is all of these. D is the answer. Okay. The financial sector in India is primarily controlled by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So, which of the following institutions are part of financial sector? Commercial banks are part of financial sector. Money lenders, investment banks, stock exchange operations. That is SEBI. SEBI, you all know. Insurance, then foreign exchange market. So the answer should be all. What was the percent growth of per capita income in a year during first half of 20th century? So this question is interesting. A 1%, B 5%, C 2%, and D none. So what should be the answer, dear aspirants? What was the percent growth of per capita income in a year during first half of 20th century? So A 1%, B 5%, C 2%, and D none. So if you know the answer, what should be the answer? Yes, Ritik Sharma is telling B, and B is the correct answer, 5%. Sumit Tiwari is telling C, but the answer is B. Jaydev Roy is correct. Very good, very nice, Mr. Jaydev Roy. And you are cordially invited in my Civil Services Academy. It's in Ramchandrapur, this Jasidi. So you may join. Uh, I had also given the contact number, that is 91 5 times 9 693. So you may join us there. So during major part of British period, okay, exports were more than imports. This is option A. During major part of British period, A, exports were more than imports. B, none of B, imports were more than exports. And D, exports were equal to imports. And D, none of these. So what should be the answer? During major part of British period, A, exports were more than imports. Then B, imports were more than exports. C, exports were equal to imports. And D, none of these. Suraj is writing A, and A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Exports were more than imports. Okay, Jaydev Roy, you have to correct yourself. So the answer should be A. When were the railways introduced in India? A 1769, B 1825, C 1850, and D 1875. So what should be the answer? What should be the answer? Do you know? 1850 is the call given by Suraj Kumar, and Suraj Kumar is going great guns today. काफी अच्छी तरह से आप क्वेश्चंस के आंसर दे पा रहे हैं. So it's very nice. Parasuram Kumar is telling C, Jaydev Rai C, Sumit Tiwari C, Ritik Sharma C. All are correct. Okay. So dear aspirants, now I should concentrate. Death rate and birth rate at the time of independence was: A, high birth rate and low death rate; B, low death rate, low birth rate and low death rate; C, low birth rate and high death rate; and D, high birth rate and high death rate. So what should be the answer to this MCQ? If you have gone through the pages of uh, NCERT, then you will be able to answer. And D is the call given by Suraj Kumar, and this is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Yes, Jaydev Roy, please correct yourself. High birth rate and high death rate, both high, both high. Yes, Sumit Tiwari, correct. Wonderful, great. So I will switch over to some other most important MCQs. And here, dear aspirants, you will find some other interesting MCQs. Okay. Land ceiling refers to. Okay. What is the definition of land selling. I have already explained. A. Fixing rural land holding at the existing level. B. Fixing the quantum of land held by an individual. C. Fixing urban land holdings at the existing level. D. Fixing land area for irrigation purposes. So, what should be the answer? If you know, you may answer it. Dear aspirants, land ceiling refers to what? Suraj Kumar is in great form today. He is answering B, fixing the quantum of land held by an individual. B is the correct answer. Sumit Tiwari, yes. Jaydev Roy, please correct yourself. Fixing land area for irrigation purposes. No, this is not the correct answer. And this is the reason that I am inviting you to join my classes, because whosoever is attending the classes, okay, they are faring well. So please, now I would like to ask some other important questions taking from other chapters: liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Which of the following are the features of new economic reforms? A. Globalization. B. Liberalization. C. Privatization. D. All of the above. So this is Rasogulla of West Bengal. What should be the answer, dear aspirants? Are you able to answer it? D is the call given by Jaydev Roy. Sumit Tiwari is also answering D. Parasuram D. Everybody D. So yes, Mudra Bank was set up to meet the credit needs of the A. Farmers, B. Small enterprises, C. Large enterprises, and D. Exporters. So, what should be the answer, dear aspirants? If you know, please answer it. Okay, Mudra Bank. Are you knowing it? Now the answer has come. Ritik Sharma is answering A. Jaydev Roy is answering A. Parasuram Kumar is also answering A. But the answer is not correct. Okay, not for farmers. Mudra Bank was set up to meet the credit needs of small enterprises. Please correct yourself. A small enterprises. This is the answer. Yes, Ritik. B is the answer. A small enterprises. Okay. Why there was a need for economic reforms in India? Can you answer it? Now here are the options. A, due to fiscal deficit. Now B, due to adverse. Okay. Now C, rise in prices. And D, all of the above. भारत में आर्थिक सुधारों की आवश्यकता क्यों पड़ी? So I think the answer should be D, all of the above. D, yes, Ritik, wonderful. Now this question is very important. Yes, Jaydev Roy, Suraj Kumar, Ritik Sharma. Who is the chairman of GST Council? Who is the chairman of GST Council? A. Finance Minister, B. Prime Minister, C. Finance Secretary, and D. Deputy Chairman of Niti Aayog. Are you able to answer? If you are able to answer, please answer. Ritik Sharma is telling A. Then I should wait for others' answer. Jaydev Roy is telling A. Finance Minister. Okay, what is B? Suraj Kumar is telling Prime Minister, but A is the correct answer. Okay, Finance Minister is the chairman of GST Council. Please correct yourself. Okay, Sumit Tiwari correct, Parsuram Kumar ji correct. Okay, so very nice. Now, where is the headquarter of WTO, World Trade Organization, located? A. Italy, B. Geneva, C. New York, and D. Washington. What is the answer to this MCQ, dear aspirants? Italy, Geneva, New York, Washington. B is the call and it is correct. B is the call and it is correct. Okay. Now, FDI, okay, foreign direct investment, attracted by globalization in India. So this belongs to A. World Bank, B. Multinationals, C. Foreign governments, and D. None of the above. Please listen. FDI, foreign direct investment, attracted by globalization in India, belongs to the A. World Bank, B. Multinationals, C. Foreign governments, and D. None of the above. Jaydev Roy is answering B, and B is correct answer. Multinationals. Multinationals. So this is great. Wonderful. I really appreciate the answering capacity of dear aspirants. Okay. Now, are you able to answer some other questions? If I change the segment from economy to ancient Indian history, yes. Consider the following statements. While I say consider the following statement, sometimes I will say CTFS, CTFS, C for consider, T for the, okay, and F for following, S for statements. CTFS, consider the following statements. Now we had two statements. Number one, according to Ajivika's, sorrow has no existence in this world. Sorrow has no existence in this world. The second statement, Lokayataj believe that everything in the world is predetermined. Which of the statements given above is are correct? A one only, B two only, C both one and two, and D neither one nor two. Dear aspirants, are you able to answer? So B is the call given by Ritik Sharma. Parasuram is also telling B, but the answer is D, neither one nor two. Okay, neither one nor two. According to Ajivika, sorrow has no existence in this world. This is not correct. Lokayatas believe that everything in the world is predetermined. No. So both the statements are incorrect. Okay. Bandhini is a textile tradition that belongs to the region of A. Hampi, B. Kutch, C. Kohima, and D. Dispur. Bandhini, Bandhini. Dear aspirants, please write it in your notebook. It was recently there in the Hindu national newspaper. So, what should be the answer to this MCQ? No, no. The answer to this question is Kutch, Kutch, TCH, Kutch. Kutch is the answer. So, Bandhani is a textile tradition that belongs to the region of Kutch. And you all know that this region is in the state of Gujarat. Okay. So, please concentrate once again. CTFS, consider the following statement regarding Hampi. You all know Hampi was the capital of Vijayanagar Empire. And we have two statements in this CTFS MCQ. Number one, Hampi is the first capital of Vijayanagar Kingdom. Second, it was also a part of modern empire in the 3rd century. Oh, there is third statement. And what is that? It has been described by UNESCO as an austere, grandiose site. Is it correct? A 12, B 23, C 13, and D 123. So what should be the answer, dear aspirants? Okay. Are you knowing the answer to this MCQ? Parasuram is telling A. No. 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 The answer is B. 2, 3. The answer is B. 2, 3. First statement is not correct. It was also a part of Mauryan Empire in the 3rd century BC. This is correct. It has been described by UNESCO as an austere, grandiose site. This is also correct. Hampi is the first capital of Vijayanagar Empire. This is not correct. This is not correct. Yes, Jaydev Roy. B is the answer. Great. Good. 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 Wonderful. Dear aspirants, now please concentrate. CTFS consider the following statements regarding pillars of Ashoka. जब हम अशोका के संबंध में पढ़ते हैं तो पिलर्स जरूर पढ़ते हैं. And we have 3 statements regarding Ashokan pillars. First, these are monolithic. Second, these are highly polished. And third, the shafts of pillars is tapering in shape. Which of the above statements are correct? A 1 2, B 2 3, C 1 3, and D 1 2 3. Dear aspirants, what should be the answer to this MCQ? The Ashokan pillars, number 1 statement, are monolithic, highly polished, shafts of pillars tapering in shape. The answer to this MCQ is D. All the statements are correct. All the statements are correct. Ashokan pillars are monolithic. Then Ashokan pillars are highly polished. And the shafts of pillars is tapering in shape. Yes, Jaydev Roy, Suraj Kumar, both are correct. Wonderful, great. Thumbs up. CTFS about Chhau dance. CHHAU, Chhau dance. Dear aspirants, we have art and culture in history segment. That is equally important. So, statement number 1, it is a martial arts dance performed exclusively by men. Second statement, it is a major cultural symbol of eastern Himalayan hills. The third statement, Bhulia and host tribes are associated with the dance. For correct, you have to find out the correct statement. A 1 2, B 2 3, C 1 3, and D 1 2 3. Dear aspirants, this question is a little bit difficult. So you have to eliminate the second statement. It is a major cultural symbol of eastern Himalayan hills. This statement is not correct. C is the correct answer. Yes. 1 3. First statement and third statement, Bhulia and host tribes. These 2 statements are correct. So now, please. Yes. And this question is going to be the concluding question of the day. CTFS regarding Dipor Bill Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay. So Dipar Bill is one of the largest freshwater lakes in Assam. Second, it is a Ramsar site and an important bird area. The third statement, recently the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change notified the eco-sensitive zone of Dipor Bill Wildlife Sanctuary. So which of the above statements are correct? A 1 2, B 2 3, C 1 3, and D 1 2 3. If you are able to answer, please answer. Dear aspirants, the answer to this MCQ is yes, 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 no. B is not the answer. Jaydev Roy is also telling B. The answer is all the statements are correct. So the answer should be D. Okay. So D. All the statements are correct. Please write it in your notebook regarding deeper bill. Okay. So very nice to, okay. Now, let us conclude our class today. So, thank you for joining me in such a good number. I'm very much happy today because you all have answered the questions correctly. Dear aspirants, I am going to provide you the questions on screen itself. So, from tomorrow or a day after tomorrow, I have taken a little bit trial today. So, I'm hoping, I'm very much hopeful that from tomorrow itself or a day after tomorrow, we will have the questions coming on screen itself so that you should be able to look at the questions, read the questions, and get by your heart. So it's time to take leave of you. So good night. Bye bye.